Hey everyone, welcome back. This is the final bookcase I have and my bookshelf tour, and we're going to get started. These are sort of like the sci-fi Doctor Who shelf up in here, and then a mixture of adult and middle grade down below, and then some larger books down through here. So off we go. First, got my TARDIS. I'm going to get that one out of the way. That one actually does some sound effects and things, but it just got it, and I haven't even had a chance to put batteries in it yet, so can't really show you with effects. So I have Isaac Asimov, the robot novels. It includes The Caves of Steel, The Naked Sun, and The Robots of Dawn, and they're kind of like sci-fi mysteries, which I really enjoyed. Primeval, Fire and Water by Simon Gruyere. It's a television show I watch on BBC America, and I just absolutely love it. Then I have Time and Relative. It's a Doctor Who novella by Kim Newman, and it's sort of like a prequel to the Doctor Who series, which is kind of neat. This is like one of my treasures. This is Tom Baker. Yes, the Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor, and it's a book he wrote called The Boy Who Kicked Pigs. And it's got like illustrations on every page, kind of like Edward Gorey. They're really kind of creepy, evil child that he wrote about. He's got a strange sense of humor. Then one of the more recent Doctor Who novels. This is Doctor Who Touched by an Angel by Jonathan Morris, and it includes Matt Smith's Doctor. And then just a whole collection of various hardcover books. We have Doctor Who, The Taking of Chelsea 426. The Krillitane Storm. These are really nice mini hardcovers. I like the smaller ones better than the bigger ones they have out now. Autonomy by Daniel Blythe. This is Prisoner of the Daleks, Trevor Baxendale. The Eyeless by Lance Parkin. The Doctor Trap by Simon Messingham. Beautiful Chaos by Gary Russell. Ghosts of India by Mark Morris. Shining Darkness by Mark Michalowski. The Story of Martha by Dan Abnett. Whoa. Can't slide those over. Hang on one second. So I create a bit of an avalanche here. Okay, onto the corner here. This is Price of Paradise, and these are ones with Rose. The Art of Destruction by Stephen Cole. The Stone Rose by Jacqueline Rayner. This is The Feast of the Drowned by Stephen Cole. The Nightmare of Black Island by Mike Tucker. The Resurrection Casket by Justin Richards. Martha in the Mirror by Justin Richards. Snow Globe 7 by Mike Tucker. The Many Hands by Dale Smith. Forever Autumn by Mark Morris. Sick Building by Paul Maggers. And Sting of the Zygons by Stephen Cole. I've only actually read a few of these titles, so I've got lots of catching up to do. Then there's a spin-off series with Captain Jack Harkness, who made an appearance in Doctor Who, and these are the Torchwood series, which I absolutely love on TV. And they came in like sets of 3. You can kind of see how they're linked together. I stopped collecting them after a bit, and I've read, I think, maybe the first 2 sets. And this is Another Life by Peter Angelides? I don't know, how would you pronounce that? Very carefully, I guess. Border Princess by Dan Abnett. And Slow Decay by Andy Lane. And that's one set. And the next set is Something in the Water by Trevor Baxendale. Trace Memory by David Llewellyn. And Twilight Streets by Gary Russell. And the next set is Pack Animals by, again, Peter Angelides. Sky Point by Phil Ford. Almost Perfect, James Goss. And the final set is Risk Assessment, by James Goss. The Undertaker's Gift by Trevor Baxendale. And Consequences. This is multiple authors. James Moran, Joseph Lidster, Andrew Cartmel, Sarah Pinborough, and David Llewellyn. Then after that, I have some autobiographies on the doctors. This is John Pertwee's autobiography, co-written by Bernard Bale. My absolute favorite, Who on Earth is Tom Baker? An autobiography. Of course, as they say, you never forget your first doctor, and he was the first doctor I watched. So it's all about his life. It's a really, really great book. I have a couple graphic novels, Doctor Who, The Forgotten by Tony Lee and Pia Guerra. And Agent Provocateur. Oh, it's got Rose in it. Okay, and then down below here, we'll do the outer layer first. This is a collection of like middle grade books here, and then just a mixture of everything: sci-fi, adult fiction. So, start with God Save the Queen by Katie Locke. This is a really old Star Trek book, Mission to Horatius. I actually got it at a convention. Yeah. This is an ARC copy of The Map of Time by Felix J. Palma. The first book, Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin, the Fire and Ice trilogy, or Fire and Ice series. Graveminder by Melissa Marr. Prey by Michael Crichton. And one of my favorites, Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park and the Lost World. I actually love this. This is a beautiful set, put out by Barnes & Noble. Okay, then we have the middle grade books, Liesel and Poe by Lauren Oliver. The Thief Lord by Cornelia Funk. And this is part of a series. This is Ulysses Moore, The Door to Time, and The Long Lost Map. And I have to look at his name because it's really hard to pronounce. Okay, it's written by Pier Domenico Bacalario, and they originally published in Italy. Then I have the Theodosia series, books 2 and book 4. I'm trying to get the rest of the set in hardcover, and they're written by R.L. Lefevers. This is Theodosia and the Staff of Osiris, and Theodosia and the Last Pharaoh. I have yet to read this one. And then Chris Colfer's The Land of Stories of the Wishing Spell. Okay, and here is the Jasper Fforde collection. I'm missing one of the books, I think, right now. I've just been sort of recollecting them, but I had read them quite a while ago. This is book 1, The Air Affair. These are really, really great books. I absolutely love them. This is The Well of Lost Plots. I think that's like book 3. I'm missing Lost in a Good Book. Then we have Thursday Next, First Among Sequels. One of our Thursdays is missing. And there's a new one about to be released too. I forgot the title of that. Then some of my Kim Harrison books. This is actually a graphic novel called Blood Work. It's an original Hollows graphic novel, co-written by Pedro Maya and Gemma Magno. One of those might be the illustrators. Then some of her books in hardcover and an advanced copy. We have White Witch, Black Curse, Black Magic Sanction. Oops, I aim my camera a little better there, sorry. Pale Demon, and A Perfect Blood. And then I have The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. My To Kill a Mockingbird 35th Anniversary Edition. Warm Bodies by Isaac Marion. This is an advanced copy of Beat the Reaper by Joseph Basil. Woman in Black by Susan Hill. Personal Effects Dark Art by J.C. Hutchins and Jordan Weissman. I have yet to read this one, but I had got it because it's got all these weird things, and there's like IDs and letters, and I think it's sort of someone from a psychiatric reports in here. I'm not quite sure what it's about, to tell you the truth. It's been so long since I got it, but it sounded really interesting at the time, so hopefully one day I'll actually sit down and get to it. Then we have Lucy, well, actually we have The Secret History of Elizabeth Tudor, Vampire Slayer, as told by Lucy Weston. It's one of those strange spins on classics. The Last Ember by Daniel Levin. The Genesis Secret by Tom Knox. This is a book I won off of, I think it was Goodreads. Oh no, the Reading Group Choices, sorry. Undressing the Moon. I've never actually read it. It's the only book I ever won, too. This is an advanced copy, Guillermo del Toro's The Strain. Oh, also with Chuck Hogan. Another advanced copy, Labyrinth by Kate Moss. And The Altar of Bones, also another advanced copy. This is by Philip Carter. And then just a couple other books. This is Into the Storm by Reed Timmer. He's on the Discovery Channel's show Storm Chasers. I absolutely love shows about storm chasing. And I Am Jackie Chan, My Life in Action. Yes, I love Jackie Chan movies. I used to have them all on VHS, but I don't have a VHS player that really works anymore. This is a graphic novel, Squee. And I forgot the... Johan Vasquez is the illustrator author. And now I finally found where my bookmark went to. I've been missing this little guy forever. He's like my little purple bookworm. But these are really fun. I like this. Also by that same author/artist is JTHM, and this is the director's cut. And I forget what the whole thing stood for. I believe it's Jonathan the Homicidal Maniac, JTHM. And they're just really, really cute black and white illustrations and with these crazy people. But if you're looking for something funny and goofy, definitely worth picking up his graphic novels. And I'm a fan of the show The Prisoner, the original series, so I got this graphic novel by Dean Motter and Mark Asquith. It's Shattered Visage. If you can see in the... I just thought The Prisoner was a really cool show. And then one other graphic novel I have. I had the whole set some time ago, and I think I sold it for some reason, and I'm trying to get these back, but Michael Moorcock did this sci-fi series called, this is more like epic fantasy, sorry, called Elric of Melniboné, and he's an albino prince who has this sword that's like the stealer of souls, and he's just a really, really interesting character, and I fell in love with the illustrations, and I managed to get one back again, and I believe they are numbered and signed. And they just have the coolest illustrations. This one isn't as good as the earlier ones, though. I liked some of the earlier work. But yeah, that's Michael Moorcock's Elric series. And then finally, onto the bottom shelf, which is a little miscellaneous of everything. I have a book called Castaway. This is based on a documentary of a BBC show about a group of people, families, or animals, like about 36 people, and they go to live on an island called Tarrantay. I believe it's in the Outer Hebrides, and it was just an experiment in building a society and living off the land and slaughtering their own animals and stuff, but I like those kind of shows, so this is a companion book to it. Then, and some of the larger books I have here. It's a complete guide to the Inspector Morse series. Another favorite show of mine. John Thaw was a fantastic actor. I love the Colin Dexter mysteries. Those are excellent. That's what those are based on. EastEnders, 20 Years in Albert Square. BBC America used to put this show on TV, and I became hooked on. Yes, that was my only soap opera I watched, but then it stopped showing. So, then the Original Avengers. This is a book written by one of the Original Avengers. It's called Deadline by Patrick McNee. Then we have some guides to the show, The Complete Avengers, The Full Story of Britain's Smash Crime Fighting Team by Dave Rogers. The Avengers and Me, Patrick McNee, another kind of biography. And, full of photos and things. Nice book. And Another Avengers companion. This, Alain Carrez and Jean-Luc, looks like Potode, I can't pronounce that. Again, just, it's like episode by episode guide. What a nice book. And then again, like I said, I was a fan of The Prisoner, so I also have The Prisoner, the official companion to the classic TV series. It's by Robert Fairclough. And within that, I also had gotten a graphic novel from someplace, which is kind of cool. Nice illustrations in it. Really looks really well done, representing the characters. I don't even actually remember where I got that. I might have ordered that online from someplace. And then going along with my favorite of BBC and sci-fi and British television, this is Blake 7, The Inside Story. Absolutely love this show. I wish you could get these on... I can't find these on DVD in the US anywhere. Then Star Trek, The Next Generation Companion. That was my favorite series from Star Trek, was The Next Generation. Then I've got hockey fan that I am, The Golden Jet by Bobby Hull. He was actually in our store, and he signed the books. And I actually even have a photo of myself with Bobby Hull. And yeah, there's where he was signing the books. I have one of my Harry Potter books, Film Wizardry. Really nice picture book. I showed that off before, I believe. Then when the Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup, woohoo! 1 goal achieved. 2010. Full of photos. There's the captain. Yay! Another gigantic, most expensive book I think I own is Harry Potter, Page to Screen: The Complete Filmmaking Journey by Bob McCabe. And this is just an excellent, excellent book. It's a monster. Oh, yeah. And big fan of Lost, so I've got the Lost Encyclopedia. Oops. And then just a little miscellaneous group of books down below here. I've got Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. There was a gardening show on BBC America also that I used to watch. I forgot exactly what it was called. I don't know if it'll say here. Gardener's World? Oh, Ground Force. That was what it was called. And they would go in and redo your garden in like 2 days as a surprise to people. And Alan Titchmarsh was one of the people on the show. And he also wrote a series of books, which I found kind of just entertaining, light adult fiction. There's Animal Instincts, The Last Lighthouse Keeper, and Only Dad. And some kind of mystery horror type stuff. This is The Humbug by Harold Schechter. It's a historical whodunit. He's the author of Nevermore, which involved Edgar Allan Poe, and this one does as well. I forget what other... Oh, P.T. Barnum and Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, sounds kind of interesting. I've actually never read it, though. I've had it for, oh my god, so many years. R.D. Wingfield, creator of A Touch of Frost on it's a British mystery series, I believe. This is Winter Frost. Then I found this at a grocery store. It just sounded interesting at the time. This is Sean Hudson Hybrid. Nope, having an avalanche. The Plague by Albert Camus. I hope to one day actually read this. That's one of my classic reads. Then some travel writing books. Bill Bryson, Notes from a Small Island. So one of my favorite. I love this book. This is great. Just recently got this one. Frances May's Bella Tuscany, The Sweet Life in Italy. This is a sequel to The Under the Tuscan Sun. And then also another favorite of mine. This is Peter Mayle's A Year in Provence. And they actually did a mini-series on this, and it starred actually John Thaw from Inspector Morse, and it's really, really entertaining. As much as I like the book, I think, the mini-series even more. This is an advanced copy, Brendan O'Carroll, The Young Juan. And finally, just a book on Italian, a self-teaching guide. And, yeah, it's kind of a workbook and stuff. I still don't speak Italian. other than to say that's the end of my bookshelf tour. Ciao. Thanks for watching. And I've got a mess to clean up. So hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.